Well, good God morning, everyone. Please repeat after me. God is good all the time, 24/7, 365. There we go. No matter what's going on out there, God is good. No matter what we're feeling in here, God is good. No matter what the circumstances may be, wherever we are, God is good. We don't always see it. We don't always feel it, but it is the truth. And about 20 years ago, we used to say this every Sunday, and I love it. I love it because when I'm going through a hard time, it's good to remember that there is a power for good greater than I am, and I can use it 24/7, 365. So today's topic is traveling in a world of my creation. Speaking of traveling, I heard this story about this couple. They had been married for over 60 years and never had a fight. And so they went to a church function and someone asked them, "What is the secret to your success?" And the husband said, "Well, I always treat my wife with respect. And I take her on trips around the world. In fact, on my 25th anniversary, I took her to Beijing, China." And everyone's like, "Wow, that's awesome." And then they said, "Well, what did you do on your 50th anniversary?" He said, "I went back and picked her up." So back to traveling in a world of my creation, it's a total God thing that I'm talking about this today. Because, as you may know, that I, along with another 14 or 15 other spiritual warriors, are on this journey. We're on this journey of practicing the wisdom from the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And we are being warriors of our own mind. We're learning how to guard our mind, our thoughts, our actions from the world we don't want to create into a world we do want to create through these four powerful, powerful disciplines. And of course, in spiritual truth, we're actually co-creating with God, but we are the drivers. We get to navigate our spiritual path while God just works. According to Don Miguel and the Toltec wisdom, we are all living in a dream. Are we really sitting here? Are we dreaming? The truth, the reality is that we are all one. We're one with God. We're one with each other. And we know this intellectually, but the dream in which we are living is that we are separate. And this separation, this idea of separation, is the cause of our suffering. So how many people in the world do we not understand? How many people in the world do we not relate to? How many people in the world do we tend to other? Maybe billions. And why is this? We don't understand each other because of what Don Miguel calls the smoke, the clouds, and distorts our view from truth, our oneness. And this smoke is our misguided perceptions that are all based in fear. The class is learning about this right now. And this is why he calls this life the dream. Again, none of it is real. It's all perception. Have you ever been in a meeting with someone and they walked away with a totally different idea of what's happened? That's the dream. Have you ever saw a movie and spoke with someone else who saw the movie and they had a totally different idea of what the movie was about? That's the dream. Have you ever walked into a situation and made a judgment made an assessment, and later found out that you were totally wrong. That's the dream. And that always reminds me of that story. I'm sure you've all heard it, but the man walks onto the bus and he walks on with his 5 kids. And they're totally unruly. They're bouncing off the walls. They're disturbing people. And he's just sitting there, not doing anything about it. And finally, someone walks up to him and says, "Excuse me, sir, but can you control your kids?" And his head goes down. He said, "I am so sorry. We're just coming from the hospital. My wife just died, and I don't know what I'm going to do." That judgment, that assessment, that misperception is a part of the dream. And of course, it's not ours to blame ourselves for it, but it's ours instead to make it a conscious choice to change from this. According to Don Miguel, we have been programmed from day one, from the moment we were born, through everything we've experienced, from everything we've been told, everything that we've made an agreement with in life. This is our programming. And this is what he says is our belief system, what he calls is our book of law. Our book of law is what we have embodied as truth, whether it's right or not. And he said that 95% of our book of law, based in fear, are lies. So those moments when you're experiencing anger, doubt, judgment, jealousy, guilt, shame, it's all based on lies. And the most interesting part of it all is that even if it's wrong, even if it causes us suffering, some people will stick by this. I deserve to hold on to this anger because that person really, really wronged me. Or I deserve to hold on to this shame because I wronged somebody else. No. Actually, the truth is we deserve freedom from the shame, freedom from the resentment and the anger. We deserve instead a heavenly world of our creation. Why? Simply because we are the children of God. We are its creation. We are its expression. We are love in action. And love doesn't shame. Love doesn't judge. Love doesn't doubt. So let me ask you, do you like the world of your creation? Are you judging, blaming, shaming, or finding yourself angry? Quite honestly, I love my grateful, magical life. I really do, most of the time. But when I have those moments of anger, doubt, or judgment, that's when I know I have forgotten the truth. And I remind myself that I have more work to do. There's always, always, always more work to do, right? And when I look out there and get offended by the actions of others, or when I speak ill of another person, I know that I am not living in alignment with love. And those feelings that we have, which feel so real, are simply our indicators. It's that red light on the traffic signal saying stop, or it's that check engine light on the car that says we need to check in. What's going on in here? It gives us a chance to pause and to regroup. It's time to let the smoke dissipate and to clearly see the truth of my being, the truth of your being, the truth of their being. You know, as human beings, we are naturally imbued with the Christ consciousness, each one of us. And what that means is that the master teacher Jesus walked this earth with such grace, such love, such compassion, such generosity. All of that is already within each one of us. We are born that way. And sometimes it tends to be covered up by that smoke, by those old beliefs and thoughts. And it prevents us from being our highest and best good, from seeing it, from being our God selves. So how do we travel in a world we want to create? Well, this month we're exploring that. So next Sunday, Dr. Alice will be exploring belief and expectancy, how they work together to shape our lives and defy limitations. And then on the 22nd, in 2 weeks, I'll be back to explore how to transform not only our own lives, but also the world around us. But for today, I encourage you to practice realizing that you are an infinite spiritual being having this human experience, and that you are imbued with the Christ consciousness. It's already there. We don't have to be bound by that smoke. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said, "There is a power for good in the universe greater than you, and you can use it." So let's use it. And one way we can use it is through use of our imagination. In the Science of Mind textbook, he said this: "Imagination carries with it a feeling and conviction, which means life in action. It awakens within us all the inner forces of nature and stirs into action latent powers which otherwise would never come to the surface." He goes on to say, "Imagination taps the very roots of being, the capital B, and utilizes the same power that brought forth the world from chaos." The good news is we all have it. The bad news is we all have it. Misuse of it. It's so funny this morning when I was reading the, thank you, Marianne, for this. This is the daily reading from Unity. And this is what it said. What are you creating today with the scissors of your imagination? Is your thought cutting you off from the truth or opening you up to possibility? Are you shaping a future filled with beauty and wonder? Are you snipping your ideas into joyful purpose? Are you crafting bold dreams, solving problems, and envisioning abundance? I say yes. Using your imagination that way, I encourage you to do that this week. To hone in on the power of our creative imagination for the good of all, especially ourselves, because it starts here. One of my personal practices every morning, my spiritual practices, after my gratitude list and after journaling and prayer, comes from our practitioner class, our monthly practitioner class that we did a couple years ago based on Emma Curtis Hopkins. So every morning I ask myself, what is the highest good my inner wisdom holds? Then I listen, I imagine, and then I list them. Why? Because everything in our imagination comes from source, from divine mind. And this is part of the co-creation process. You know, we hear over and over again that everything is created twice, first in mind and then in form. If we don't first create it in mind, then it will not show up. Everything first came as an idea in the imagination. And this is not airy-fairy. It's not. It's simply the movement of energy upon itself. It's the movement of God upon itself. And the most awesome part is that we get to initiate this good. We get to start shifting our perceptions in this dream of life through our imagination. We get to transform the old fearful ways and live a life of more freedom and more joy through our imagination. We get to decide to be warriors against the lies and decide what we are going to allow into our consciousness. And we get to do this right now. We start now. I think it's pretty exciting. What about you? Yeah. All right. So, if you want this, please repeat after me. Right here and right now, I focus on the good. I let my imagination create my best life. One more time with feeling. Right here and right now, I focus on the good. I let my imagination create my best life. And there's power in this statement because it is focusing on the now. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's right here, right now. Because what's in our past and what's in our future is a part of that dream. So this week, let us as spiritual warriors focus on what we want to create, defending against what we don't. When we speak, when we think, when we act, let's create more good in our lives. When we do this, our world becomes more magical and more beautiful. And so it is. So in lieu of prayer this morning, I'd like to close with a reading from 365 Days of Richer Living, which Grant and I like to share. So if you can close your eyes as though this is a prayer, it is very powerful. Inspiration is the act of the infinite mind through man. I now open my whole consciousness to it. I let God give me the ideal need to handle the questions of today. From early morning until late at night, I am directed to right action through His mind which indwells me. Forever abiding in God's mind, I cannot fail through His mind which indwells me. Forever abiding in His love, I cannot fail but understand my fellow man. I look out upon a wonderful world, alive with more good than I ever supposed. Every contact today is a blessing to me, and to everyone I bring a larger peace and a greater joy. Filled with the freshness of mind, I give new expressions to my everyday tasks. I refuse to believe that I shall meet problems. I see these as tests of my ability to inaugurate a new idea born of God. Each moment brings me the chance to live as a spiritual being of integrity. The idea I need at this moment of this day, I shall have. God meets me in the hour, the moment, and the instant of my need. His inspiration is my security to handle all things rightly and all things lovingly. What I see as a problem, God sees as an opportunity to release His intelligence. Knowing this, I am confident and serene. Neither a person nor a situation can confound me. I silently turn within and find the spiritual answer. I welcome new ideas, for they mean a greater good for me. They press upon me, they draw nigh unto me. His knowledge is available to me now, and I let it be in me a vital source of ideas. Wisdom is mine to use, and I use it. I cannot make a mistake today, for God's omniscient mind is my mind now. We are one, and in this oneness, I am led to right answers. Immediate right guidance is mine. I do not need to beseech. I only need to know that He in me is all in all. Rejoined in this perfect supply of inspiration, I cannot fail. Where I am at every moment, His mind is. This is my security. This is my peace. Conclusions born of God make easy my way. I am receptive to God's ideas. And so it is.